the deepest thinkers that I know, who, by the way, managed to do wonderful things for the world, unquestionably wonderful things for the world,
Sure.
They have this kind of faith that everything that's, that kind of, the world isn't happening to me, it's happening for me, that there's meaning in everything, that there's a design behind everything, that through every, whether it's whatever kind of circumstances there are, even the difficult or painful things, that it's a place for growth, it's a place for learning, that it's a chance, an opportunity to evolve.
Mm.
And they interpret everything like that, and they actually do evolve.
Mm.
So I have faith in that.
Mm.
It's not always an easy thing to have faith in when you're going through it, but it's worth experimenting with. It's worth trying to see the world through those eyes.
It's a great lens to have. When we play the role of teachers, or teachers in the role to us, in one sense, they never let us sit in a comfortable situation. Sometimes people are suffering, physically suffering, mentally suffering. And as, a teacher or as a friend,
Yeah.
we give them a stroke, we give them a pat, we give them a hug.
Yeah, that's
We
important.
give them but it's important. But sometimes people are just blinded by their good karma.
Yeah, that happens.
And so we don't give them a stroke, we give them a poke.
Yeah, okay, poke.
Right? We give them a
Stroke
poke.
'em, poke 'em.
You have an opportunity. So as Vaishnavas, when people are suffering, we embrace them, we stroke them, we say it's going to be okay. These are changing seasons. But also sometimes people are just so almost intoxicated by good fortune.
Yeah.
And that's when you got to sort of poke at them a little bit. And you got to say,
Or the
you
world
should
will poke at
understand,
them.
this is temporary.
Yes.
You're feeling some high right now, but this is temporary. It's going to go. And you got to prepare yourself when winter comes.
Yeah.
When autumn comes or winter comes, where the leaves drop from the trees and things are thawed, and you're in that December season of life.
And you're also, because you're in that summer season, at least in your mind, you're actually not seeing the truth.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from Śrīdhāma Māyāpur in West Bengal, India. This is Wisdom of the Sages, a Bhakti Yoga podcast with your host, Raghunath, and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center in New York City, Stupidas. Welcome to the show. It's Thursday, January 29, 2026. It's episode 1727. Good morning, beautiful people. Here live with the New Zealand posse is here, as well as a bunch of our Wisdom of the Sages crew. I think the Wisdom of the Sages retreat crew is a little exhausted because we've been running them.
They need a break.
They need a break and they can watch from their beds, although none of them's watching on Zoom, it seems like.
Well, they really want a break.
They really need a break. And but I think we got to encourage them to take more naps because well, you and I are playing tag team.
Yeah.
Leading the pilgrimage, and they're just like, oh.
Yeah,
but it's good.
Yeah, you make the most of it, but you also want to have enough energy to make the most of it. So
Sure.
you got to balance it out.
And then we're going to meet here afterwards. Going to have a little simple kīrtan. We had a crazy, off the charts kīrtan
last night.
As Pranapriya said, what was your exact quote yesterday?
That Vish out Raghu'd Raghu.
Vishvambar out Raghu'd Raghu yesterday. I thought I did a Grand Slam kīrtan, and he just did a bottom of the ninth Grand Slam, bases loaded. Won the World Series kīrtan. He's like born for that.
He was. Well, he's certainly been trained for it.
That's since childhood. He used to go on Brajmandal Prikram with his Padayatra with his father.
Yep.
Father still does Brajmandal Prikram.
He does.
Anyway, really, I think you need to there's something about dancing where you just step out of your body and out of your, sometimes you could be even in singing in a kīrtan, but you could still be something lodged in your mind. You know what I mean? And you're just it could be sort of like a little, maybe even upset about something or thinking about something. And it's hard to embrace the holy name for the potency that it has. And then some guy just grabs you by the arm and they start pulling you into a kīrtan. Next thing you know, you just jump out of your mind, so to speak. and you lose yourself. Even Pranapriya, who's very reserved in these situations,
She's
was
been
like,
running
all right.
wild.
When Vishwambar orders, make a circle and start with your left foot in the circle and pull it back. And Pranapriya's like, okay, we're in this.
Left. We had a lot of that going on today too, in the Yoga Pit, in the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, and at Murari Gupta's place. We had actually Katie started getting that thing going. She started running around the temple, like, and then I followed her, and then everybody was following. It was like the whole thing went wild. But we've been getting a lot of those kind of moments that you brought up the other day on the show, where like you brought up that historic moment the first time, like the Western devotees are coming up the road and the Indian,
Meeting the Bengalis.
meeting the Bengalis, and like everybody just like taking such joy in like we're all vibing on the same thing here.
Yeah.
And it seems like everywhere we turn around, that's happening. That it happened a big way today at the Yoga Pit.
Oh, why? You saw a lot of locals?
We were chanting. We went like, this was an interesting thing. We went there thinking, sometimes it's hard to speak there because there's bigger crowds now, but there's actually nobody there because the temple was closed at that point. But the temple may be like, in others, the altar may be closed, but it's still the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. And
Sure.
the Priya is still there. So we did a beautiful kīrtan. Natalie was leading, really, really nice. And as we're coming in, people are starting to vibe, whoever's there, just getting into it. And then we got under that tree, and it's a beautiful area there. And we were just getting into it ourselves, but gradually 1, 2, 3, 4 more people started plugging in, and then everybody was getting involved, and everybody was dancing, just really having a good time. And then a whole group showed up. And first it was just all women getting involved. There were women there for a while, and they were like, yeah, we like this, we're getting into it. They were getting involved. And then all these men showed up, and it's like, who are these guys? And I think they were all together.
Right.
And there was like a big group of pilgrims from Jagannath Puri.
Oh, right.
So it's like, usually that's the place where people go on pilgrimage, but they were from there going on pilgrimage to Navadvīpa, to Mayapur. And so they were enthusiastic. And so even when we finished our kīrtan, you say, Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo, then they took it over. Jai Jagannath. So everyone was, afterward, they wouldn't let us get away. They all wanted to take group photos. But it was such a sweet mood, really nice.
There is a special mercy or magic that we get from having so many new people who are still like in this romancing Krishna stage of life. It's like, your first date, and it's extra romantic. And it's like first going to the Ganga, your first time in Navadvīpa, your first time at the Jagannath Mandir in Navadvīpa, the first time seeing Radha Madhava, the first time leading kīrtan in front of the deities.
Oh, sweet.
And to witness them go through that, it's almost like,
very sweet.
Parents, helping their son go to the prom. This is a very crude analogy here, but your son is going to the prom or something, and you're just like, oh, have a great night tonight, and here are the keys to the car. But it's exciting to see them go through that initial romancing Krishna, and it gets you more excited.
And it absolutely. And I think also that idea that when you see the locals like that you're into this, they're not there like, why are you appropriating our culture? The zero. As a matter of fact,
so that's
it's
100% Americans criticizing
they have an opportunity
an opportunity to criticize somebody to make them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, they're like, this is the greatest thing. It's the most exciting thing I've seen.
Thank you so much.
Even like, you guys are doing this better than we do it. We want to be involved in your kīrtan,
It happens like that.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Anyway, and tomorrow's Ganga Day.
That's going to be great.
Swimming in the Ganga, and then evening boat ride in the Ganga.
Temple.
The Ganga at the Ganga.
Where there'll be the Danda Banga.
The Danda Banga.
No, that's somewhere else.
Anga.
Get your angas. We'll get our angas in the Ganga with our whole sangha.
What's that place in Calcutta called?
Ganga, not
Kalabanga?
The
Koltagang.
Altadanga.
Altadanga. At Altadanga, we'll have a Ganga Sangha.
Have a Ganga Sangha. Get our angas in the Ganga.
Get our angas in the Ganga.
So we're looking forward to that. They have that sweetest temple there. It's just like a shack, but it's a beautiful
shack.
It's beautiful. It's like that's like the beach temple. It's like you can go in there in your shorts, all wet with sand on your feet, and
you actually can't, but you do.
Yeah, they seem to be good with
it. God doesn't say anything, so I do it.
But a real sweet mood there, and then we'll have the Ganga boat ride in the evening with Kirtan, right?
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Right.
Pranpriya, anything you want to mention?
No,
How are you?
I'm well.
How's your
thank you.
Galaxy going?
Great. Yeah, happy to be here. Next show will be, let's see, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Does that work for you?
6:30 a.m.
Yeah, we'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday again because we're traveling on Monday.
All right.
Oh, wait. So Tuesday, where are we going to be?
GB.
Are we going to get there by then?
We're going to get there on Monday.
That should make
Oh, I
that
get
should
it.
work.
So today's the 29th. Oh, so we're going to miss the podcast on Kostuba's birthday.
My birthday's we will. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No,
Hey, missed my birthday on the podcast.
That's what happens when you only do it 3 days a week. It's a better chance you're going to miss it than you're going to get it.
That's a good point. Well, we're going to celebrate. We're
math.
going to celebrate afterwards.
Okay.
Or we could just skip it.
You're
this year.
more
We could just
interested in
skip it this
celebrating.
year.
It's fine with me. You're more interested in celebrating it than I am, which I appreciate.
I am.
very
I want to
sweet.
celebrate.
But they're all forcing the cake. I was saying, like, because we're coming with plans, like the feast that we're gonna have, and then we're having. Okay, let's do the blowout.
Well,
big
your
feast
birthday
Yeah.
is on Lord Nityananda's appearance day
right.
this
So,
year.
so I was thinking,
And
yes,
it is the anniversary of my initiation. 1988, Lord Nityananda's appearance.
And
you
my
got
second
second initiation that
initiation.
same year,
that's right.
same day.
Same day,
And I got second initiation
on the same day it was
2 years later on Nityananda's
Get
appearance day too.
out.
It's magic day. We're gonna miss it live, and we're gonna miss it.
In any case, I was thinking because it is Nityananda's appearance day, let's have the full-on
Bengali.
power festival feast
Okay.
on that day. And then you're saying, but it's your birthday. What about the whole thing we had planned, like the cake? And I'm like, well, we don't need a cake. I don't know if he does. I really don't. I think he would be quite happy with.
Nityananda is very close with Raghunath, and he requested a cake.
Is that what happened? Okay. Okay, then we'll do it. Okay.
All right.
Order of Lord Nityananda.
Let's get into today's nugget.
Okay, we got a nugget.
Pranpriya.
All right, this is a Christian devotional saying.
Yeah, actually, sometimes it's accredited to Martin Luther, but I took one look and I said, "There's no way the German guy back centuries ago said it like this. This sounds too modern to me."
Right.
And so I dug in deeper, and ChatGPT admitted that it just might not be from him.
So we don't know who it's from, but it's.
But it is a popular Christian devotional saying. Like, no.
I do not know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Should I read that again?
Please.
I do not know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow.
Do not know
Yeah.
what tomorrow holds. We don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's like the mind wants to rest somewhere. The mind wants some type of certainty.
Yes.
And as much as we plan for it, well, I'm going to just buy a house for my family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to make a plan for my family, for my marriage, for my kids, and ultimately everything's in God's hands. Even the best made plans can just like reverse in a moment.
Right.
It's just
And even the worst circumstances
can somehow turn out great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can really just have like a breakthrough. No one invited me to the party. I had to stay home, and I had the best night of my life. I came up with all these great ideas. I started writing my new book.
That's true.
It's one of those things that all we can do is sort of like lean into God, lean into truth, lean into our sadhana, lean into our spiritual practice. And then you got to let go, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
I like to control. I like to think I can control things. Parents get this all the time.
Okay.
Parents you can raise your kids a certain way, but ultimately your kids are their own beings. They're not your beings. You can live your side in a way. You can live a healthy life. You can eat healthy foods. You can exercise. You can do yoga. But ultimately, your body also has an expiration date where it just stops working.
What about manipulating, coercing those children to get them to do what you want?
Yeah, shaming them, perhaps.
How does that work?
Then they resent you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have some influence, but even our influence has a cap on it.
Right.
So, yeah, I get that. Ultimately, there's what does he say? I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I but I know who holds tomorrow.
It doesn't matter if I don't know what tomorrow holds, if I've got that,
Yeah.
if I have the faith in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that in today's culture, it's everyone, people are quick to snap back. If you would adopt a philosophy like there's meaning in all of this, some people are going to be quick to snap back saying, how can you say there's meaning or that there's something good when there's this injustice happening or when there's this suffering happening? I really think that that's not that there's necessarily something wrong with the intention, although sometimes people might just be inclined to criticize. But it may be that that's coming from a genuine place of concern. But I don't think it's the deepest thinking. I think there's deeper levels of thinking, and that if you get deeper, the deepest thinkers that I know, who, by the way, manage to do wonderful things for the world, unquestionably wonderful things for the world,
Sure.
They have this kind of faith that everything that's, that kind of, the world isn't happening to me, it's happening for me, that there's meaning in everything, that there's a design behind everything, that through every, whether it's whatever kind of circumstances there are, even the difficult or painful things, that it's a place for growth, it's a place for learning, that it's a chance, an opportunity to evolve. And they interpret everything like that, and they actually do evolve. So I have faith in that. It's not always an easy thing to have faith in when you're going through it, but it's worth experimenting with. It's worth trying to see the world through those eyes.
It's a great lens to have. When we play the role of teachers or teachers in the role to us, in one sense, they never let us sit in a comfortable situation. Sometimes people are suffering, physically suffering, mentally suffering. And as, a teacher or as a friend, we give them a stroke, we give them a pat, we give them a hug.
Yeah, that's
important. We give them but it's important. But sometimes people are just blinded by their good karma.
Yeah, that happens.
And so we don't give them a stroke, we give them a poke.
Yeah, okay, poke.
Right? We give them a
Stroke
poke.
Poke them.
You have an opportunity. So as Vaishnavas, when people are suffering, we embrace them, we stroke them, we say, it's going to be okay. These are changing seasons. But also sometimes people are just so almost intoxicated by good fortune. Yeah. And that's when you got to sort of poke at them a little bit. And you got to say, you should understand, this is temporary.
Yes.
You're feeling some high right now, but this is temporary. It's going to go. And you got to prepare yourself when winter comes.
Yeah.
When autumn comes or winter comes, where the leaves drop from the trees and things are thawed, and you're in that December season of life.
And you're also, because you're in that summer season, at least in your mind, you're actually not seeing the truth, or you're missing the lessons that you're supposed to.
We're not here just to be, aggravators and what's it called? Just
agitators,
naysayers and agitators, and what was that Saturday Night Live? Wah, wah. We're not here to be Debbie Downers.
One-uppers.
Hey, look what's happening. Wah, wah. No, we're actually here because we give the positive alternative. It's like right now you're on the high of a roller coaster, but if you enjoy that high, get ready when it crashes.
Right.
So we are trying to practice ourselves, and we're trying to teach, hey, there's a steady, as they say, samadhi and evenness in spiritual life where you don't get elated and you don't get wrecked when the bottom falls out as well.
Well, Raghunath, it's interesting that you share that, because just today we read something together. And I think it would be.
We read something together?
Well,
you and I?
You weren't there, but the rest.
When you say we, means everybody else except me?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Not always.
Because the cheese stands alone. Okay.
It's like that, huh? So no, but we read one of your favorite stories, and we're thinking of you. So you were there with us.
Okay.
But the story of Keshava Kashmiri, the great pundit, right?
Love that story.
So and we've spoken about this on the show probably last time we're here. But this story that Sri Chaitanya is like a teenage teacher in a city full of scholars and pundits, where not only is their whole life scholarship, but even their sporting is scholarship, right? Like debating is like what they're into.
Right. Like the debate team we had in our high school, that would be like the equivalent to the football team. Right? No one cares about the debate team nowadays. They all care about the football team. They have cheerleaders that cheer the football team.
They actually had cheerleaders. Like, in other words, like this scholar came to town and he had like a whole entourage. He had elephants, horses, all these people following behind him. It was like a big deal. It was like a tailgating thing or something like that, right? And
Getting party for the
yeah,
debate.
yeah. And so
And they're all these like very, erudite, academic old men.
scholarly, ritualistic,
And
very
here comes
orthodox.
this young boy.
In the middle of it, Sri Chaitanya comes up and there's a whole. It describes in detail the effect that he had on these people with his beauty and the power of his intellect.
Hmm.
But what this story is about is that this scholar from abroad kind of comes over, and he is the Digvijay Pundit, meaning he's conquered the scholars in all the different directions, and so he's like the champion of all scholars.
Sure.
And he's coming into that town that has this huge reputation of great scholarship, and he's saying, either challenge me or write out, a document where you declare your defeat by me.
Isn't that interesting? Like that was a thing.
It's very interesting,
Yeah.
and when you think knowledge is the peak, pinnacle, top thing in life, and you don't have, but in one sense you're lacking a little knowledge about the higher things in life,
Right.
then you think this is a great, look what I've achieved. I have the
Yeah.
most knowledge.
It's like a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it's like a big Super Bowl ring. And so when word came that this Digvijay Pundit was coming to town, all these scholars, they were like suddenly thrust into states of anxiety.
Mm.
What's going to happen? Because he's impossible to defeat. But we have this reputation. We're going to lose our reputation, and they were, yeah, and it just shows like they could have been like, wow, this great scholar's coming. We can learn from him.
Right.
Maybe we're not the best, but we get the chance to hear from the best, and we can use our knowledge that we gain to help others. It wasn't like that. It was
Right.
like, this is going to affect our reputation. So they were all in anxiety. And the reason that I want to share this is because, we're just from this nugget, we're just discussing that, the future is in the hands of someone, meaning that all that's happening to me is in someone's hands, or it's implying and it's in God's hands. And this pastime written in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, this ancient, 500-year-old scripture,
Sure.
it kind of goes into the mind of God, because you get to hear the thoughts of Sri Chaitanya as this pundit goes through his challenge. So all the students of Sri Chaitanya is like a teenager at this point, so he's not expected to defeat this scholar. He's one of the young guys. But all of his students are coming up like all excited about this. Like, did you hear the news? This scholar's coming. Everybody's afraid. Nobody knows what's going to go on. The whole world may be falling apart. It's like, like they're all like worked up. And this is what he says. And this is really interesting. So Lord Gaurachandra, Sri Chaitanya, heard his students, and then with a smile reminded them, he's got no anxiety, reminded them about the nature of the absolute. He said, listen, brothers, and I'll tell you the actual situation. The Supreme Lord does not tolerate anyone who indulges in continual insolence. Whenever he finds someone burdened by arrogance over some personal quality, he invariably removes the cause of his or her pride.
Mm.
So he's saying, he's not speaking as God, he's speaking of someone who understands God.
Mm.
And he's saying, when we're arrogant, that's just a burden that we're carrying.
Sure.
And God is so kind that he will find a way to relieve you of that burden. Right? And so he continues. He says, a fruit-laden tree and a person endowed with good qualities will inevitably bend low in humility. You must have heard of other great conquerors. And then he lists people like Ravana and Naraka and Bana and Vena. Did the Supreme Lord neglect to prune their overbearing pride?
Mm.
He never tolerates such ignominious.
Great word, isn't it?
Yeah. Insolence. Here in Navadvīpa, you will witness the end of this supercilious scholar.
Shameful. Ignominious. Shameful. Right, Mira?
Yes.
That's when you say, you're right on, Raghu.
You're right.
You're a great pundit, Raghu.
Well done. Well done. But don't
did it in a Shelter lyric once, that's why.
but don't become burdened by this.
Oh, I'm not.
Okay. All right, all right.
Not at all.
So then it goes into the mind of Sri Chaitanya now. Now he's acting as God,
Mm.
thinking and acting as God. And he thinks this to himself. He says, this Brahmana, this Digvijay Pandit, this arrogant scholar that's coming, he has become extremely arrogant. And he thinks that there is no one in this world to defeat him. If I humble him in front of everyone, it'll be like a shameful death for him. People will dishonor him. He will lose everything, and eventually he will die from humiliation. Therefore, I must confront him secretly in a solitary place and yet ensure his downfall.
Mm.
In that way, I can eclipse his vanity without destroying him. So it's really interesting. It's like you're in the mind of God, and God is trying to help someone who's arrogant by defeating them, by giving them, when he, long story short, he defeats him, like, intellectually.
Mm.
And that scholar becomes so confused.
Mm.
How in the world did this boy do this to me? And it makes him question everything. It
In
makes
front
him
of everybody.
Yeah, in front of a small group. He didn't do it in front of the whole city,
Right.
but it was enough to make him
What
look
about
really
other little
dumb.
kids?
Yeah, and they started giggling, and then Sri Chaitanya's like, hey, we're not here to humiliate this person. And so you're seeing, so in other words, if we put ourselves, a lot of times we read these stories and we're not identifying with the person who has the lesson to learn. We're identifying as the people watching him.
Mm.
But what if we look into our own lives? Do I have arrogance in me? Is there something that the Lord has to do to me to relieve me of this? And maybe those difficult things I'm going through in life were carefully considered, thoughtfully, gently even, considered and presented in my life as a way to relieve me of the burden of my own arrogance.
Mm.
Maybe that's why this happens to me. Maybe that's why that happens to me. That's, I don't know what the future holds, but I know it's in the hand of someone like this that's caring and that's ready to make adjustments in my world. They may be somewhat difficult, but even then he's trying to be gentle about it, as gentle as he can, but effective enough so that it really makes us question ourselves and question our world and question our thought patterns and the way that we behave. So, what if we can see the world like that? What if we can not complain, why me? But if we really say, in another sense, why me? Like, why was that prescribed to me? And how am I meant to respond? How am I meant to grow? Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Nice, sir.
Okay. Well, there's someone else that has a lesson to learn. He was kind of arrogant.
Yeah. Kāliya,
That's right.
the snake.
Yeah. So we'll go back to him. He's going to speak now in today's.
You didn't know he could speak on top of all
He
that.
can. He's gonna-
Poison, fire,
Yeah.
jewels on his
Now
head,
we're gonna
hood.
talk
He can
and
also
snake.
talk.
That was so great when we had that painting. Yesterday when we were in that artist studio. And
Yeah.
there's huge painting, and there's one. It was like all the devas standing before Lord Nrsimhadev, and they're all kind of fearful. And Lord Brahma is saying, we can't handle him. He's so hot right now. Prahlad, you go and speak to Lord Nrsimhadev. But there was one person that had a snake body and a human like top.
That was Nagaraj.
Yeah. So you asked him, who's that snake person?
King of the snakes. Everybody's got their king,
Yeah. All right.
Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayat. Before reciting the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, which is our very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord, Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated, and loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Aditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance. My teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Reading from the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 16, Text 54. Sukadeva Goswami speaking.
Okay.
thus praised by the Nagapatnis, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, released the serpent Kāliya, who had fallen unconscious, his head's battered by the striking of the Lord's lotus feet.
Soft lotus feet, but somehow
battered.
they're like I guess a boxing glove or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kāliya slowly regained his vital force and sensory functions, sort of like one of those. Then, breathing loudly and painfully,
Oh man.
the poor serpent addressed Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in humble submission.
Okay.
The serpent Kāliya said, "Our very birth as a snake has made us envious."
Okay.
I guess there's like bodies that go with particulate, right?
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
get stuck in a body. I mean, you kind of earned it, but yes, once you're in that body, it's hard not to be like that.
Yeah. Just like if you're very, very beautiful, tall, good-looking, strapping young it's hard not to be a little bit proud,
Yes.
right?
I wouldn't know, but I would imagine.
Our very birth as a snake is, I'm going to speak in a snake-like English
Yeah.
accent. Yes. Our very birth as a snake has made us envious, ignorant, and constantly angry. Oh, my Lord, it is so difficult for people to give up their conditioned nature, by which they identify with that which is unreal. Interesting. Wisdom from a serpent,
Yes.
right? We have a nature. We've been trained a certain way. That's the idea of a conditioned soul. We're conditioned by our family, by how we grow up, by the kids or tribe of kids we've hung out with, by our high school, by our school, our education, by our parents. We've inherited, language from our parents, from our grandparents, bloodlines of language. We've inherited that, whether we are pessimistic or critical or sarcastic or kind or seeing the good. A lot of that is just like sort of inherited, and we are sort of receivers of all that, and that's our conditioned nature. The snakes also got the same issues. Sanatana Goswami in the purport says, of this wretched condition, Kāliya was unable to compose original prayers to the Lord,
He was messed up.
and thus he paraphrased some of the prayers offered by his wives. The word asad graha indicates that a conditioned soul seizes upon impermanent and impure things such as his own body, the bodies of others, and other countless varieties of material sense objects. The ultimate result of such material attachment is frustration, disappointment, and anguish, a fact that has now become crystal clear to this poor serpent Kāliya.
Asad graha. Like we say, Baba graha, guna graha, like you take it on.
Right.
Asad, you take on the untruth.
Mm.
And as you're saying, I'm this body, I'm this, I'm that.
That becomes you.
And that,
You become your story, as they say.
yes. And then and what did it say? And then you get frustration, disappointment, anguish from that.
Right.
As they fall apart in front of your face.
Better to look at yourself as your eternal identity,
Okay.
and better to look at other people as their eternal identity, because it's too easy to hate in this world.
It's
You gotta be able to find the person that you hate the most,
Okay.
and see underneath all of the stuff that you hate about them, there's a pure spirit soul. That's a good practice. Find out who drives you the most insane. Is there an archetype of a person?
Let's go around the world.
Who drives you insane? Is there a person, a race, a political party that drive you crazy? Well, you're going to find some greatness in them because they're actually part of God,
Okay.
right? And in our hopes to see people like that, or in seeing people like that, we also become like that. We become resurrected.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. You ever see in those like political debates? Sometimes they turn around. Could you share one good thing about your opponent?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I cannot.
Yeah.
See the good, people, and that's hard. It's hard to do because we've been training like building a case against people.
Mm.
And then sometimes we build a case so much against a particular person, political leader, that even if they are to do any good, you can't even see it. Even if it's completely, in black and white, I built hospitals to save the handicapped and those who are struggling, and I fed hungry people. Yeah, right.
You
You're just
did it
doing that
just
for
to
your
get-
ego.
Yeah. You filter it out.
Yeah, that's because hate blinds.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
Write that one down. Hate blinds, Raghunath.
Okay. Raghunath hates the blinds.
I hate blind.
Okay.
Ah.
What else does he say?
Jagdish Ganguly, huh?
Jagdish Ganguly. Yeah. You like the name?
It's a great name. It sounds like a mafia mob leader. Jagdish Ganguly. No, he was the blind one who found
Yes.
Jagannath.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told that story
Yeah.
yesterday, or the day before.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Supreme Creator.
O Supreme Creator. Continuing on, this is Kāliya speaking. It is you who generate this universe, composed of the variegated arrangements of the material modes. And in that process, you manifest various kinds of personalities and species and varieties of sensory and physical strength and varieties of mothers and fathers and variegated mentalities and forms,
Okay.
right?
So he's designed all these different forms that we can plug into, like a whole menu of avatars in a virtual reality that we can
Plug into, right?
plug right into.
Have you seen these, what are they, mongooses? There's a mongoose around here, running around the garden.
Especially they
In
like
that wood pile. They live in that wood pile.
Yeah,
And they kill snakes.
they can do that.
So it's like one of those things that, like, just let's all pause for a moment.
And appreciate.
Put yourself in the mind of a mongoose.
You're not-
Today I was looking at that wood pile that they live in. There's a massive wood pile. They live in there and they're looking around there. They're finding little places to meet their lover, to have babies, where the safety is. There's a dog out there. The dog wants to kill them. Where is food? How can I go out, get food, get back to my little cave where the dog can't get me? This is what's going through their brain.
defending
Defending their
cobra.
babies,
There's
trying
cobra.
to kill the cobra,
Yeah.
feeding the cobra to the babies, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
They just kill them and waste them. My point is this. They have a mentality that goes with their body.
Okay. We're gonna
There's a mentality that goes with the body. And so there's so many different bodies. And we think we have the particular unique mentality. There's so many different bodies out there with different perceptions of the world. It's Lord Krishna who creates all those different variegated bodies.
Okay.
O Supreme Personality of Godhead, among all the species within your material creation, we serpents are by nature always enraged. They are a
have
little.
feet.
They
They're
all,
just sliding on the ground.
you know what they do have. He's got a lot of self-actualization going on, this serpent.
Mhm.
Yes, you are enraged all the time. You're always looking for a fight, snake.
Look, he's becoming introspective at this point. It took a beat down.
I just heard some bad news.
Yes.
Pythons live for 30 years.
Is it
Is it
short?
No, I think it's too long. So when dogs live 12, these pythons, they're all over Florida.
Well, just let them be, Raghunath. It's
I
all
know.
part of
then
the
they're going to
plan.
populate. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
They're going to
I don't think
raise
you have to-
babies.
You live in New York, okay?
I know, but good point. We're going
Let him
to
go. Let him.
we're
let
going
him
to
go.
drop some off in Puerto Rico for you,
Live.
Sean Renee.
Let live.
I just scrolled through this thing. It gave me a whole list of animals and how long they live. Pythons were like 30 years. I was just like upset after that.
Hmm.
Cows, 20 years.
Yeah, in about 20 years.
Yeah.
Pythons eat cows sometimes.
Yeah.
They can do that.
Yeah, especially those miniature cows. That's not even a big deal. That's like snack.
All right, let's move on. We serpents are by nature always enraged, being thus deluded by your illusory energy.
Which is very difficult to give up. How can we possibly give it up on our own?
It's like hard for me. Right?
It's hard for me. I'm a snake,
Look at me.
right? We all feel like that sometimes. It's like the more I try to fight against my nature, it's right there with me. What am I
find
going
a way
to do
to
with that?
gauge it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh Lord, since you are the omniscient, right? Omniscient means all-knowing.
Yeah.
Lord of the universe, you are the actual cause of freedom from illusion.
Like I don't need to be a snake. You could release me from that.
Yeah. Please arrange for us whatever you consider proper, whether it be mercy or punishment.
Okay, bingo.
Now, here's the thing. So, like, sometimes we need a hard lesson in reality.
Yes.
We need a little punish. We need a little slap. Sometimes you need a poke.
Okay.
Sometimes you need a stroke, Kostuba. Sometimes we need some encouragement and a lesson. Sometimes we need everything to be dismantled for us to grow.
Yeah.
It's
he
like
got
tough
poked.
love.
He got poked. It was more than a poke. He got beat down.
He got stomped.
He got stomped in a beautiful way. But note the evolution here. This is what he said here. This was the point, right? And this ties back to the nugget. He said, please arrange for us whatever you consider proper, whether it be mercy or punishment. Or in one sense, the punishment is even mercy, right?
It's a pretty pure prayer. Like, how many people are out there going to church praying for punishment?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, please stop the pain in my life. Stop the pain in the life of people I love. Stop all pain.
Yeah, it was his way of saying, I know I brought this upon myself, and I know that you're not cruel or inflicting something for no reason. Whatever you're giving to me in my life is actually good. It's meant for me to grow. I accept it. So whether it's going to be a punishment or whether you're going to let me off the hook, either way, I accept it because I know you're bringing it for my good. That's growth right there.
It's a very genuine, a very deep prayer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever prayed for
Punishment.
bring it on. Bring it on, Krishna. Whatever it takes to help me grow.
But I don't think,
you know what I mean?
It's not, doesn't have to bring it on, but like, I accept, right? Just that. I accept what you bring
Usually
on.
I accept it after it's over. Like, okay, I know I needed that. Thanks. I'm glad it's over.
No,
But when I'm in it, I generally am not saying, thank you, God.
more.
You know,
If you feel
I don't know if I've passed a test yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I passed a test. I don't know if I can pull a Queen Kunti and say, let the calamities keep coming, you know?
But I think you could pull off a Kāliya here. I accept.
I don't know. This is a very deep prayer.
Yeah.
O Lord, since you are the omniscient Lord of the universe, did I just read this? Okay. Sukadeva Goswami said, after hearing Kāliya's words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is acting the role of a human being, replied, O serpent, you may not remain here any longer.
Please move ahead.
Go back to the ocean immediately, accompanied by your retinue of children, wives, and other relatives and friends.
Wrap up your posse here. And
Yes.
Get them out of the river. Okay?
Let this river be enjoyed by the cows and the humans. There you go. If a mortal being attentively remembers my command to you to leave Vrindavan and go to the ocean and narrates this account at sunrise and sunset, he will never be afraid of you. Did I just get a benediction
You did?
for not being afraid of snakes?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Well, at least Kāliya.
Oh, great. I wasn't worried about Kāliya. I was worried about every other snake out there. Although
let's
there
see the
is that
conversation.
benediction you get in the Krishna book that says if you circumambulate Govardhan Hill, you'll never be bitten by a snake.
Oh yeah, yeah. I stepped.
So
on a
far, it's working.
I stepped on a snake.
Will you just
Well, they got to bite you. First,
holy
don't they?
Debbie Downer here? Did everyone hear that? He's like, yeah, pythons just strangulate you. Sean Renee.
Constrict you.
For-
But I stepped on a snake and it didn't bite me. So maybe the Govardhan Prikrama is working.
I think it's working.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling that means strangulation of a snake too.
Okay.
You know what they do though? They hang from.
'Cause, yeah,
They
like
hang
one,
from
one
tr-
week later.
Well, what they do is they hang from trees.
Yeah, they got to bite you first, and then they wrap you up.
They just sort of like stun you.
No, that's the way they get a grip on you, and then they wrap, and then they
Oh
constrict.
God! All right. Well, you know what they do? And I've seen this because they do it to birds, and I've seen this. They hang and they look like a branch, and you don't even notice them. You're just like, and they clamp, and then they wrap. Then they release the clamp, and you're already in the spool of their body.
Or what about that constrict? Like you breathe,
And then you
breathe.
inhale, and then makes it tighter.
No, when you inhale, it gets bigger. But when you exhale, then they go tighter. And then I was like, I can't open up.
You're like, I know. This is what we do. I know. You're trying to plead for, we're born for this.
You're telling me it's working. I'm doing the job.
I'm doing my job. This is how we eat you, get it? We crush you, we pulverize your bones, and we suck you down. It's going to get much worse. You're going to live inside my body alive for a little bit. It's a horrible way to go.
Okay.
Getting broken down by stomach acids.
It probably won't happen to you, probably.
Most likely.
It's most likely. Statistically,
Isn't it horrible when you think like probably the best way to go is for a brick to fall on you? Like isn't that horrible to think like that? Like
I've never thought like that.
you've never thought
That a
what
brick-
are the worst ways to go?
Brick? I never thought that wouldn't be my choice.
It's fast and you're out. You're unconscious.
I see.
You die.
I always pictured chanting or something like that. You know?
Well, can't you chant and then the brick? Rama Ram Kunk. That was quick.
Okay.
Come on, we can't talk like this. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning over there, and we're like, this is faces of death morning for them.
Yeah.
It always goes here.
It doesn't have to. You can read the next verse.
If one bathes in this place of my pastimes, I've done that, and offers the water of this lake to the demigods, didn't do that,
Didn't do that.
and other worshipful personalities, not sure if I did that, or if one observes a fast and duly worships and remembers me, I'm sort of doing that now, he is sure to become free from all sinful reactions.
Okay.
I think I might have that.
Or
one.
if one fasts and duly worships and remembers me.
Right, so I'm fasting tonight.
What exactly is meant by duly?
Duly, dutifully.
Or to the right degree?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm remembering him now.
He's sure to become free.
Sure to become free. How much?
How when?
Like when? Like now that I've read this? Or like in a week from now, it's like I feel free from
No,
all
after
my sins.
after the
After I
due
die?
amount of worship, the due quality of worship.
That's a tough,
Yeah.
metric. Who measures that?
Well, it depends. If it may be tough, it may not be, right? Because we don't know where the bar is set exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to set the bar a little lower, just in
I
greater
don't
hopes.
think you have the ability to do that.
Give me a chance to win this race.
Well, now Garuda.
Out of fear of Garuda, you left Ramanaka Island and came to take shelter of this lake. But because you are now marked with my footprints, isn't that adorable? It's got Krishna's footprints on his head.
Got the marks.
Garuda will no longer try to eat you.
Okay,
So he was kicked. He was kicked out of the ocean,
Yeah, that tilak right there.
right? Because he was living in fear of Garuda.
Mhm.
Garuda could not come to the Yamuna, right? Because he was cursed by Shabari Muni,
Okay.
and Kāliya was safe to be there.
Right.
So that's why he was living there. He was scared because what happened was that the snakes made an offering because Garuda was just coming in and just killing snakes left and right, getting no karma because eagles eat snakes. Getting no karma for doing it. He wasn't like breaking dharma or anything.
Okay.
And so finally, I think they made a decision. Look, Garuda, we're going to offer you one snake a day.
Right.
One of us is just going to go and volunteer our bodies. And then I think one day, Kāliya just said, we're sick of this. I'm not going to take this anymore. We're not going to take it. They started singing that song.
Right.
And then Garuda started punishing him. Dee Schneider was singing backgrounds. And he had to flee immediately because Garuda was going to go after him. And so he hid in the Yamuna where he was safe in the Yamuna. Now he's getting banished back to the ocean.
Yeah.
He feels a little homeless at this point, but he's blessed. He has the footprints of Lord Krishna on his forehead.
And he's
We should be
protected.
so lucky.
Put that right on your forehead with a tilak mark. Okay. Shukadeva Goswami continued.
That was a good song. Out of fear of Garuda, Sukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, having been released by Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose activities are quite wonderful, Kāliya joined his wives in worshiping him. the Lord with great joy and reverence. So he's got a little change of heart here.
Yes.
He's got a lovely change of heart. He's now worshiping Krishna.
Is this the end or here? These last verses.
I wonder if it would be appropriate to name a disciple Kāliya.
I know a friend who's named Kāliya. Krishna.
I know, but that's Kāliya who was chastised by Krishna.
Yeah.
I wonder if
No, that-
Kāliya.
Krishna who chastised Kāliya.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I wonder if that would be appropriate, just Kāliya.
You know, you hear some names sometimes that make you wonder.
Like Chankazi became a devotee, right?
Yes.
So, would you name a disciple
I
Chankazi?
don't think I would.
No. What about Mud Eye?
Probably not.
Huh? The fish eyes?
Oh no, that's Meenakshi.
Meenakshi. Fish eyes. Yes. No. Mud Eye, Jug Eye, and Mud Eye were notorious rascals.
Yeah.
Who became devotees. Became great devotees.
Do you know where Kāliya went?
Went to Fiji. That's the
Somewhere,
rumor. He went to
yeah,
Fiji.
Fiji.
Prabhupada said, I don't know where that came from.
I don't either. It's
That'd be
somewhere
interesting to research.
on its way.
Prabhupada said he went to Fiji.
How is it that we believe that?
How does they even know where Fiji is
Yeah.
back then? It's a tiny island in the South Pacific.
I don't know. Yeah.
The temple there is Krishna. You guys live near Fiji, right?
Do you go
see-
there sometimes?
You went as
Yeah.
a kid.
Okay.
Ramanaka Island, but that could be
Maybe
Fiji.
that's Fiji.
It's like could be the. There's definitely
That
some
makes sense.
snake. Okay, we have a bunch of New Zealand people here, not far from Fiji, and they're saying there's definitely snake energy in the atmosphere.
Oh, here we go.
Interpretations associate the Ramanaka Island with the Fiji Islands.
Okay, there we go.
Interesting.
All right, let's the 3 last verses.
Kāliya worshipped the Lord of the universe, offering him fine garments, along with necklaces, jewels, and other valuable ornaments. Where did he get that stuff?
He's
Wonderful scents and ointments,
Okay.
and a large garland of flowers. Having thus pleased the Lord, whose flag is marked with the emblem of Garuda,
you were interesting, right?
right? Yeah, yes. Kāliya felt satisfied.
Okay, good, good.
Good. Receiving the Lord's permission to leave, right? Now Kāliya circumambulated him and offered him obeisances. Then, taking his wives, friends, and children, he went to his island in the sea. The very moment Kāliya left, the Yamuna was immediately restored to her original condition, free from poison and full of nectarian water. This happened by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was manifesting a human-like form to enjoy his pastimes. This is like when COVID hit and they shut down all the factories. All of a sudden, the Ganga became clean.
Yeah.
Have all these like expensive ways to like stop pollution.
Yeah, just shut everything down.
How about shut everything down?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all the water outside of where was it, Venice or something? You could see the bottom. The dolphins are coming back. We got a way to stop pollution immediately. Car accident deaths, DUI, over in a moment. We shut it all down.
What?
I'm just saying. They were saying, when everyone was quarantined,
Yeah.
there was no DUI,
Oh, okay. A lot of
right? There was no car accidents, or number one, or a very big killer,
Yes.
at least in the United States, probably here, maybe even more. There was none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the most practical solution, but
Shut everything. Everybody stay inside. Don't leave, and you'll all be fine.
you want to read the commentary?
Here's the commentary of that last verse. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented extensively on this last verse. To explain the word manibi, Kāliya worshiped the Lord with jewels. The Acharya has quoted from the Sri Radha Krishna Ganodesh Deepika by Rupa Goswami as follows. The Lord had made his Kaustuba gem enter the serpent's lake, and then he arranged for it to be presented to himself by the hands of Kāliya's wives.
Here.
So I just asked that question. Where is he getting all this stuff to offer?
It's in the water.
Well, he offered it to him. The Lord has made the Kaustuba gem enter the serpent's lake.
It all comes
So
from the
Krishna,
Lord.
yeah, it all comes from God anyway. Everything you're going to offer to God comes. You offer a flower to God. Where do you get it from? The earth. Where did the earth get it from? God.
Okay.
I'm going to offer this food to you, Krishna. It's just food.
Yeah.
He made it.
But the fact that you offered it is good.
Yeah.
In other words,
because Lord Krishna wanted to act just like an ordinary human being, he made the transcendental Kaustubha gem invisible and caused it to enter within Kāliya's treasury.
get a treasury down there.
Interesting, an underwater treasury. Then, when the appropriate moment came for Kāliya to worship
I
the
mean,
Lord,
what does the snake do with the treasury? I mean, does it go to the bank? Does it
make
know, like,
compound
trade?
interest?
You know.
Maybe he purchases things to eat.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, how does he? Does he
What
go
does
to
he
the grocery
eat?
store?
What does he eat?
Snakes. Well, we were
Fish?
saying they eat all kind of things, but okay, let's.
The serpent's wives, unaware of the Lord's transcendental trick, presented him with the Kaustubha gem, thinking it was simply one of the jewels in their possession. Question for you, my friend.
Hmm.
How does Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur see this stuff? Does he just close his eyes and he's like, wait, does he meditate on this pastime and just see it? Because what we're doing, if you're new to this is a commentary by a previous master who's giving some very interesting details here. Details that aren't written in the 10th canto. So my question is, where's he get them from? Is it just dawning on him? Has he read it so many times that this has become part of his meditation, his visualization? Now he's sharing it with us?
Well, it's not revealed to us exactly how he came to this conclusion.
I know, but that's why I'm asking the question.
So I know, and so I'm saying, I suppose there are many possibilities, right?
And I'm giving some.
Okay.
I know there
You're
may be many. I'm giving some.
Okay.
Like, is he reading it over and over again? Is he thinking about it deeply?
And so the only way that I can answer it from my level of understanding is to go through some of those possibilities, right? It may be that he heard it from someone, a trusted source.
Okay.
It may be that he read it in another shastra. It may be that in his state of samadhi, he saw these pastimes play out in his own mind and heart. I can't say.
Maybe he can tap into some vision of what's going on.
That's what I mean.
Watching it like we'd watch a cartoon.
Yeah. What does they call it? Swarasiki, right? It's Leela Swarasiki, I think. You can see the pastimes play in front of in your mind.
In front of your mind.
So it may be that he saw them in a state of meditation, a state of samadhi like that. All we know is that the acharyas who we've placed our faith in have said he is a trusted source, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Get our glasses back on. We're a couple of old coots, aren't we? We're like those two old men in the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
What were they called?
I don't know.
The Acharya has further commented that the reason Lord Krishna is described in this verse as Garuda Dvaja,
Garuda flagged.
he whose flag is marked by the symbol of his carrier Garuda, is that Kāliya also desired to become Lord Krishna's carrier.
Interest. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole nother. Anyway, Garuda and the serpents are originally related as brothers. Garuda and the serpents are originally related as brothers, and therefore Kāliya wanted to indicate to Lord Krishna, if you ever have to go a distant place, you should also think of me as your personal carrier. I am your servant of your servant, and in the wink of an eye, that means all you got to do is go wink. I can travel hundreds of millions of yojanas.
Amazing.
Thus, the Puranas narrate that in the course of Lord Krishna's eternal cycle of pastime,
There you go. Here's a clue, right? Thus that some of this he's getting from the Puranas.
when Kamsa orders the Lord to come to Mathura, he sometimes goes there mounted on top of Kāliya.
Oh, that's very different than the Akrura thing. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did we finish that? Was that it? Okay. Thus ends that chapter.
Thus ends the chapter. Wow. That's sad.
Oh, there's another one right after it.
There's, okay.
Okay. Should we check in on
But
the
I'm allowed to miss that one.
takeaways?
Aren't I?
Yes.
All right. But
Cheer you up. That's all.
Didn't work.
there's a special magic when you're first romancing Krishna.
Yeah, it's adorable.
The mind wants certainty, but everything is in God's hand. Have faith in who holds tomorrow.
Yep. You know, it's like the river Ganga. It's very shifting. And then it swells and floods. Then it sinks lower. Then it's dammed. Then it floods again. And it shifts.
Very poetic. Experiment in just believing that our misfortune is for our growth.
What?
Experiment in believing that our misfortune is for our growth.
Experiment in believing
Yeah.
that.
That our misfortune is for our growth.
Try looking at the world that
Okay. Experiment with it.
Yeah.
Going through some misfortune. See, this is a blessing.
God is so kind, he relieves us of our burden of arrogance.
Ooh.
Our material attachments bring frustration, disappointment, and anguish.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I did one the other day. Where was I leading the kīrtan? It's like one of the bigger kīrtans I led, and it was at the flower festival, and I couldn't remember the second part, and I just sort of froze, and I was just like, "Oh, Krishna, not now. Now's not the time, Krishna." Just
thinking about Krishna was also preventing you from remembering it, and then you really
I just actually forgot it. I forgot where to go with it,
But then it came.
and then it came. Krishna just wanted to hey, getting a little arrogant, punk.
All right. Sometimes we need a poke, sometimes we need a stroke, and sometimes we need a beat down to evolve like Kāliya. Yeah.
Poke, stroke, or beat down. Yeah.
Krishna, I accept.
Krishna, I accept.
Yeah.
That's it?
You like?
Accept what?
I accept whatever.
Yeah, mercy or
Krishna, I accept.
Krishna, I accept your mercy or your punishment.
It's like when people say, I apologize. Ever hear people say that? I apologize. I apologize. I apologize for what? Or I apologize, meaning like,
I'm sorry.
okay, so apologize. Say it. Okay, here it is. I'm going to give you space. Start going. Start running your mouth with the apology.
Sorry, that a normal size sweater.
All right.
Hold this head. All right. And get your angas in the Ganga.
Get your angas in the Ganga after a sangha. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us here. And